Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? We are here trying to get everybody back up here on the stage. Titan, good morning, man.
What's happening?
What's happening, man? I'm over here, look, trying to get everybody. I was just
Yeah.
on, I was just live. So look, I'm over here like, okay, let me grab all the folks. Pat, I know you could probably hear me. I just hit the add button.
Mm.
Yeah, man, had to find the right TikTok space.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm trying this other thing. He told me putting the USB C from the receiver, the transmitter,
Mm-hmm.
run that to the out to the DJI to the camera, and then
Oh,
take the
okay.
headphone out from the transmitter and plug that into the Go mixer. So I'm about to
Nice.
see if that work.
Okay, okay. Where's Spike? Man, go tell Spike to come on, man. Spike and Pat. Come on, come on.
Let's
Good
see.
morning, everybody. Hope everybody is doing amazing today. So we're over here with not another audio podcast. This is episode 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Episode 2 was we go what was it? It was live. Episode 2 was live. So
Yeah, I was telling them, you see, I still have my old gimbal. I would use that to,
with the
hold
cell
my
phone.
phone. I want to do other stuff. Yeah, but I have my other shit on the floor over there, my tripod and stuff.
I
I,
got you, I got you.
have my other shit on the floor over there, my
Oh,
tripod and stuff.
I got you.
I
Hey,
have
hey
my
Pat, we having feedback from you.
other shit on the floor over there,
We getting feedback from
my
you. Drink.
tripod and stuff.
You said what now?
Hold on. We getting feedback. We getting feedback from you.
For me?
Yes.
You said what now?
Hold on. We getting feedback. We getting feedback.
For me?
Yes.
You said what now?
Hold on.
For me?
Yes. Do, do, do.
Oh, I see what happened. I see what happened. Let me switch. Let me switch accounts.
Thank you.
Oh, I see what happened. I see what happened.
They're like, these engineers are horrible. These audio engineers don't know nothing. Sound Minds, how you doing this morning, man? Appreciate you joining, coming up into the podcast, man. Good morning, good morning. All right. Okay, so all the fun stuff that we get to talk about. Let's see. There you go. Welcome back.
All right.
Where's Spiky?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, I gotta turn my camera on. Y'all wanna see my sexy face?
Oh Lord, here we go.
Fresh out the shower with the lion's mane. You feel me? Yo, let me tell you something, bro. I just lost my mind on this damn thing, man.
Damn. Titan, you see that?
Uh huh.
Well, so oh man. But let's get into some fun things, right? While we're waiting for our brothers to show it back up. Hey, where's Spike? Tell him to come back in. Yeah, we keep losing Pat. Testing it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to this shit to work, man.
Oh man, I'm trying to.
Well, what's up? What are you trying to get in? All right, so you want me to accept this other guest request, Pat? Okay, here we go. Let's see. Accept request. All right. Hey, somebody go get Spike because I can't do it
Spike
because
just
I'm.
called.
Yeah, I can't do it because I'm hosting. There we go. See?
Can't turn on camera because you don't have to access to join with video.
All right. So you on the analog for life one now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's we can get rid of that then. All right. Spike, what up, man?
Yo, I'm here,
Oh,
man.
oh,
Where the cameras at, gentlemen? What's going on now?
bro! It says that you gotta. It won't let me do the camera.
Why
It
not?
say you can't turn on camera because Analog for Life doesn't have access. I think it's because this is
Oh
the
yeah.
other account.
Yeah. So what about you, Spike? What's going on?
Man, not much, man. I got the same issue.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's
Yo, we
going
sorry about this. I'm DJing
Y'all
like
was
3 different accounts and all that right
That's
now.
because y'all was late. That's why.
No, we was here early, bro. What the heck? I watched the whole other joint. I got it streaming on Instagram right now.
Uh,
It won't let me DJ both accounts, man. I don't know.
Yeah, TikTok is strict on that.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that everybody could watch us and you know what I'm saying. Enjoy the foolishness we bring to the internet.
yeah.
All right, gentlemen. All right. So y'all ready to get into it?
Let's talk. Let's
Let's
talk.
let's do it. So welcome to Not Another Audio Podcast, episode number 3. How's
Yeah,
everybody doing today?
we alive, bruh. Y'all got me working for free, man. I'm doing too much.
Think of it. I would say it's called whip appeal.
Word up, word up. Hey yo, if anybody's watching this that knows me on the other account, please follow me on Analog for Life on this TikTok because that Ayo Pat, I'm getting rid of that.
There you go.
Yeah. Cause so I need so many followers and stuff in order to make use of all the features. So
Yep.
right now we got this live jumping, and then I also got it streaming on Instagram. So, you know, yeah. So if anybody watching on the Instagram, I'll be moving back and forth if you got questions and stuff when it's question time. All right. Sorry about that. Oh,
Oh no,
shit.
you good. You good. You good. So let's go ahead. Let's get through the introductions. What's going on, everybody? I am your guy, William Bowser, audio
Now you took my
engineer.
job?
Yeah, that's right. You were late. You
I
heard
was
Titan?
not late. I was watching you talk to Slater and
I'll
Kingdom.
just mess with you, man. I'll just
All
mess
right,
with you. I'll
okay.
just mess with you.
I'm on a white man's time.
You better be early. All right, and over here to my picture box to the right, we have our guy Titan from Titan Sound Labs.
Woo! The cleanest analog mixes you ever gonna hear on planet Earth. I don't know how he does it. And we always ask, and he give us the question, and we still can't figure it out.
He said, "Spend that money." All right, so then below us, we have our guy, our main man, Killah Trakz, aka Analog for Life.
Yeah! Woo!
Woo! And then, of course, last but certainly not least, we have our Canadian brother from another mother who holds the gear down like no other. Yeah, I just can't with that. You like that? You like that? Our boy and our brother Spike Williamz.
AKA Bruce Wayne, AKA I got a nuclear power in my backyard, AKA you ain't got enough converters, AKA the final converter boss, man. Don't put some
AKA,
respect on his name.
AKA, I got an SSL shirt on, but can't show it.
Oh, they didn't pay him yet. They didn't pay him yet.
Oh well.
But don't worry, SSL gonna get they gonna get their love today.
Yeah.
All right. So check it out. We have all kinds of fun things that have happened this week in the community as far as audio engineers go. So sit back, take a seat, eat a little breakfast, put us on the big screen TV if you can, and if you can't, sit back with your phone and tell everybody else to shut up. All right. So biggest elephant in the room we got to address. SSL just dropped a brand new, fully recallable console. The baby elephant in the room. If you were stupid enough to go buy the other console they put out before that, well, I mean, they don't do refunds. So anyway, hey, they don't do refunds.
There you go. And that's the funniest part is I got an Oracle shirt on.
Hey man, you know
Hey.
they said hey we gonna do something better in a couple of months. They said I can't wait. They said are you sure? But for the rest of us mere mortals that are not going to put out $500,000 plus dollars, which probably comes down to like 570,000 after tax, shipping, and handling. SSL's fully recallable console is the Odyssey. It is now fully controllable, fully configurable. It has everything you could have and want for a channel strip with full DAW control. And it was made for the literal 0.001%. Okay?
That's for Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not just made to get put into the Batcave. It was made as part of the install of the Batcave. Okay? That's gonna most likely it will end up in some Saudi king or prince's basement, stuck in boxes.
In
So
Bahrain.
just so they can sit down and say that we got it, you don't. So, the comments are interesting over at Gearspace because they're mixed, which is surprising. Because most of them are from people that admittedly say, "I'll probably never touch this."
Well, they can go to NAM and touch it.
Hey man, listen, I feel like after AES and NAM, there's just going to be restraining orders and it's going to be behind glass.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Look but don't touch. No flash photography, please. I mean, okay, from a technology standpoint, they just did what we've all been asking for forever. They made a fully recallable console. What are the pluses and what are the downsides to this?
Me, my sole issue with this whole thing is this. Well, my issue with SSL as a whole, these past 3-4 years, I've noticed that they either cater to the millionaires or the peasants, but the in between they don't cater to the in betweens. I call it. That's my thing. Like 500,000 for a console. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have some people. You're gonna have a couple buyers, but that announcement could have been an email sent to whoever got the money to buy that thing. Because SSL knows who's gonna buy it. They know.
It ain't Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Send an email.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, send an email to Dr. Dre, the Lord Alges, and whoever else, and call it a day. It's like it's cool, but nobody's gonna buy this board. Nobody. And plus, I have a feeling that all that technology is just preparation for cheaper products, because they're gonna have to, they're gonna have to make their money back. So they're gonna have to break that technology down and make it accessible for the masses.
So here's my question. Because and like I said, we're gonna make sure that we talk about the elephant in the room for this. So anybody with eyes can see that if not using the same technology, highly inspired by the UF8s, their 8 fader banks with, for some weird reason, the main volume and pan knob on the right hand side is part of the actual construction of these boards. Do you think that was intentional because they took it and they intentionally took it and said, hey, because we're going to make this fully recallable like these other smaller pieces, we're going to keep these in here for familiarity reasons maybe?
Good question. Good question, but I don't know. I'm just gonna wait and see what comes next. Because I was told through the grapevine that there's more stuff coming.
Okay. What do you think, Titan?
They're gonna have to make their money back. So something is coming. They need to give us what we want though.
And what about you, Pat? Do you think this is just a precursor to actually, what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, I'm gonna just say it like this:
give what we're looking for?
if anybody's in the gaming space, They always know how Nvidia always does things. They drop the big dog first, smack everybody across the head with those prices. The early adopters get it. They have time to, you know what I'm saying, finesse, figure out all the ins and outs and all that other stuff. Pause. And then after that, they'll start trickling it down to the commoners market or the noblemen's market. So right now, this is just a big test. Where this console is going to land, I guarantee it's going to be side by side with post houses. I have a feeling it's going to be side by side with post houses.
So in your guys' just collective opinion, right? Would you say this is the evolution from Avid's S6, or do you think this is just literally the Maybach next to the Phantom?
This is the Maybach. I can say that.
Yeah, Maybach.
Okay,
Because S6 is like
it's the Phantom.
yeah, it's a big boy controller.
Yeah.
There's no sound going through it, so yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess let us move on to the next beautiful thing we're talking about. So, gentlemen, what has touched base in our community from the plugin side that everyone has seen? Because there's definitely there's one company that has decided to partner back with our good friends over at Acoustica Audio.
Oh, dangerous? Oh man, should have left that alone, man.
You're
talking about the backs.
So I was going to say, some are saying it is the best sounding Bax recreation plugin ever created. What do y'all think about that?
Every time something comes out, it's the best. And then a couple years later, it's a newer model. Then a newer model. Just buy the real thing.
Well, I remember a couple years ago, I met shit, forgot his name, from Dangerous.
Merrick? Merrick?
No, Merrick.
Yeah.
Sorry, shit.
Yeah,
he's gonna kill me for this.
He's gonna call him Disco Merrick.
Yeah, this. Yo, shout out Merrick, man. Merrick's cool, man. He cool. Shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he showed me the backs, and I was blown away by it. So I don't know the plugin. I don't know. You know.
I'm sure the plugin probably sounds really good, 100% for what it is. Here's the fun part, right?
The brainworks version sound good. It was like right there with the hardware. It was pretty close.
So I was gonna say, for everyone watching, please remember that we are not getting paid by any of these companies. We are literally speaking our minds, and just to let you know, don't fall for the marketing trash. Plugins come out like brand new cars. There's a new model every couple months. All right, Pat, what do you think about this? What do you think about what's going on as far as Dangerous on their second plugin with Acoustica Audio? Do you think this is just the building of something more to come?
Well, I mean, we all know that. Well, the thing is, Acoustica, is first to the market with their Volterra technology.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they're sampling the gear. This is the conversation we always had. Like, yo, are they skipping something along the route? Not saying them, but like the hardware company, like, only give them 90% of 100% of this plug. You know what I'm saying? Of this hardware. But I don't think they don't have time for that. I think what it is now refining the tools. And because now Acoustica is jumping into the GPU game, so I mean, I guess that's going to that's like the newest DSP now is the it's the GPU. So since they kind of have that market on lock as far as not having to do the math on the algorithms, they're doing it more on the sampling part. And hey, man, you can't beat a sample. You know what I'm saying? So why not? And Acoustica got a market that's on lock. And speaking for me, you, Spike, sometimes Titan. I mean, when it was Acoustica that made us say, "Yo, we need that hardware."
True.
You know what I'm saying? Coming from Nebula, like it's like, okay,
Yeah.
bro, this is what it sound like. I wonder what the real deal sound like.
Question for you, Pat.
Yeah.
Since you seem to know more about it,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned that they go in GPU, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it gonna be for specific plugins or all their plugins?
That's a great question. I mean, you know, in the space, they're saying that they're going to start migrating them over, but I don't know if they're going to migrate all of them over. Yeah, baby, you're right. Yeah. So, you know, yeah, she's like, yeah. I guess she gave us the answer. She said, yeah, we're all going to get GPU, right? Yeah. So,
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all, actually.
yeah.
So here's a really good question then that has started from over on the Reaper side and is now starting to actually pick up steam in the plugin community in general. What do you guys think about these newer plugin companies and a couple of ones that we're familiar with starting to add actual voltage to their plugins to give a better sense of realism?
They mad biting, bro. We know who the godfather of all that is.
We do. We do.
You talking about Doc?
Shout out Doc. Shout out Hernan. Man, we know Analog Molecule, The Hot Summer. Word, man. And you know, just Godspeed on his cancer battle with cancer. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. But yeah, shout out for his battle with cancer, and I hope he pulls through. Not even I hope. I need him to pull through because yo, the audio community needs to start showing him some love because he pulled off something that only Chris from Air Windows had the initial inclination. You
That's
get what I'm
true.
saying? So what he did was he took that work and he put the remix to it.
Mm. But you mentioned other companies, Will.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about the company that you spoke about last week?
Yeah, the one that starts with an L. I just don't want to. I don't want to butcher their name, but yeah. So, in that particular plugin, right? That is one of the main things in that plugin is the fact that yeah, they are modeling voltage and the drift
And the
in
SAG.
between. Yeah, in between how hardware works as we feed it more voltage per piece. From a technical aspect, the biggest difference between the two, the plugin from that company would be the equivalent of us plugging up a digital wire to the wall. Whereas with our guy Doc, he's doing the actual interaction of an entire console's ecosphere when it comes to voltage interaction. Two different mentalities and mindsets between how we would approach it. One would be the accompaniment piece to a plugin that you already have, while the other is part of an ecosystem that you would build in your DAW based on an analog console. That's where the question came from initially with these two now new frame of thoughts. Will this lead to the evolution of the plugins that we currently have, in which companies will now start adding or at least considering hardware voltage, it's and how it's used as we push into it as analog users and do it for the digital world?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna become a thing. I'm pretty sure it's gonna.
You know that there was a thing that happened. There was another company who kind of proposed that. I forgot the name. It was a long, long while ago. So I forgot the company name. They were doing something. What the heck? What the heck was that?
Sorry, I plugged my phone in
Oh, okay.
it says "Thank you, King Spike" every time I do it.
Okay,
Spike's
yeah.
AI
So what I was
assistant
gonna
popped
say
up.
was, yeah, there is a company that already was implementing that, but I don't know if they folded or they went under or went through another subsidiary. So yeah,
Well,
And you
yeah,
don't know the name of it?
I forgot the name of the company.
You
we,
forgot the
we
name.
can do a little research. I think this is one of those things that might warrant us doing a little more research to get ahead of the wave that's coming.
Definitely. But like I said, I'm pretty sure it's gonna become a thing. You know.
Hmm.
You know,
Yep.
like they're gonna, non-linearity. Some companies were already incorporating hiss and stuff. Yeah, you're gonna have like different qualities of hiss.
Now we already have that, but
Mm.
it's more than just the and then that's that part. As we've all learned over the last couple of months, it's the again when it comes to how much you feed a unit,
Hmm.
it does have a bearing on the quality.
Yeah,
So with that being said, I mean, with this being at least partial part of the course for the future, yeah, imagine being able to have that plugin and and now at the beginning of your chain you can push.
yeah. Or maybe you have a plugin that does that specifically, and then you can pretty much use whatever you want, and just incorporate that into your system.
That's true. That's
Mhm.
100% true.
You know,
Is there
I
a
have
sub?
like
Somebody got a sub playing in the background?
a sub.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up.
See, look. See,
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
start making work for us to clean up later.
That's, that's his radiation bunker.
Sorry.
Oh man.
Yeah, like I was saying, yeah, if you can incorporate that within the other plugins, like for example, have a session with like all SSL, a whole bunch of SSL channels,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can have like the SSL SAG. You can add afterwards, and the more you push, and then it does its thing, but
Mm-hmm.
while reacting to a previous plugin within the chain. I'm giving ideas out right now, but yeah.
I think personally, um, any and all console plugins will probably benefit the most from this.
Oh yeah.
Remember when we first saw console one, we thought it was going to be DSP.
Which
I,
it would have been smart if it
I
was.
thought it was going to be a DSP, man. I was excited. I
Mm-hmm.
was super excited.
And then you realize that it was all CPU.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, for what we were doing at the time, it didn't matter because it was an all in one thing. But
Hmm.
then Harrison came through and smacked it out the yard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yep. And
But does Harrison have the SAG thing going on in the background?
no, no, it's not a thing yet, and that's why I wanted to bring that to both y'all guys' attention and the community's attention, because it's a slowly moving process thing. If you go to gear space right now and you go look up again the plugin is in our group, but if you go look in that thread's got a lot of views from it, and that doesn't normally mean it's just regular views from the same people. You can see how many concurrent views are actively going on, and at the same time how many views it has had from different people. It's one of those things where now it's starting to pick up steam. Why? Because what it represents is a natural evolution to, okay, let's say we already have this process, and this process mastered. What's next?
Yeah.
the next thing is they need to get that running off GPU.
Well, of course, but that's happening as well at the same time. So now we have two evolutions happening at the same time, just currently of what we're talking about. There could be a third evolution, like we don't talk about. We don't talk about the evolution of the GUI. We remember we went from plastic toy looking, 8-bit, 16-bit to photorealistic, and in what most would call a small span of time, but not really. We're just now hitting the stride of photorealism when it comes to GUI.
Hold on
And
one second. Shout out
mm,
Killer
hey, what up,
handling the
killer?
moderation, man. We appreciate you, little bro.
Hey, with that being said,
He's
if
older than all of us, man.
nah, Listen. With that being said, if you guys, for all those that are watching, please share the live, hit the like button on the live so that way we can get more people to come join in so they can watch it, so they can be part of it. So when we go ahead and do these lives, we can get a bigger crowd for the community as well. So share
Word
it to
up.
your favorite platform, share it to your favorite social media, show it to your mama, show it to your girlfriend. If your kids is acting stupid, tell them I'm gonna punish you by making you watch this, okay? Learn something.
Word up. Shout out to the Instagram watchers.
Yes.
I can't double check because right now the way my rig is set up, but I hope there's audio going. Nobody complained yet. But I mean, you can stream from the Instagram and you can come over to the TikTok. So you guys have options. Like we trying to figure this out like everybody else, man. And I ain't get paid for none of this.
That's right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the whip appeal.
Yo, speaking of that, Titan, did you get your audio thing set up yet? You can get a chance
Nope.
to start. All right, cool.
It's still not working.
All right,
So
when we get off the live, we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I've been
no.
fumbling with it.
This is a perfect teachable moment. So, Titan, would you please explain to the audience what you are currently doing?
The Roll and Go Mixer Studio and the DJI Pocket 3 camera.
Mm-hmm.
So is everything is set up right, but when I was reading up on it, I keep getting the camera audio instead of getting the system audio.
Understood.
So if I run, like I said, when I put the transmitter in
Mm-hmm.
straight to the camera, I'll get the audio from the system. But I'm trying to run the camera into the Go Mixer, so I'll be able to use my microphone, my other microphone, and plug in headphones, so I can have the complete system. And it's just not operating right with me. I done tried every configuration under the sun, so I need an adapter basically.
Fully understandable. Well, look, I had to make sure that y'all heard that so that we can also keep everyone up, because this is important, because from our guy Pat down there at the bottom, Analog for Life, he was definitely the catalyst for all of us making sure that we give you guys great sounding audio whenever we drop off anything on social media. All right, so our camera quality is dope, but we got to make sure that audio quality, so you can hear what we can achieve. And this goes for the community as well. This is also how you showcase your work. All right, you put your spin on it. You get your lighting right. You make sure everything looks good, but at the same time, everything's got to sound good, because being professional means sounding professional. All right,
Because what you want to do now is hang with the top dogs. And I love to watch these videos of everyone working, but as the minute I hear that speaker going into that phone microphone, I am skipping you. I'm not even trying. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, or my favorite, as I experienced on IG the other day, my favorite, but obviously least favorite, is when you're recording a video and I can hear the room reflections.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so cringe, yo. It's so cringe.
that used to sound good.
No, that's what we tolerated.
Yeah, nah, and that's the thing. Which now leads to our other part of this, of our podcast.
But they
So
do have a, they
Dun,
do
dun, 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 dun. Late breaking news.
they
oh
do have
no,
a
this
Go Mixer Studio app, so I'm gonna download that also and see if I can
yes. But
find
that's
some
when you hook it up
shit.
to the computer, just to give you the heads up. But just to get you guys up to speed. So on this next segment of our podcast, we're gonna talk about all the crazy, stupid, and wildly idiotic things that have happened in social media in the audio engineering world. So this seems to be the next hurdle to jump over. And we went from all preamps sounding the same to all microphones. We are now in the space where the idiots are trying to run the circus, and that is not how that works. Even though it is great for the enjoyment of the general public, we do not need the general public thinking that we are morons and we don't know what we're talking about, because the engineering aspect of audio engineering matters. So, gentlemen, let us get into this conversation, shall we? Nobody needs a highly expensive microphone unless you're doing highly expensive and detailed work. Yay or nay? Explain.
Well, I mean, when people trying to sell a product, they're gonna push things towards people who don't know better, and they're gonna have a bunch of sheep following them, basically. But the better you get your capture, the better microphone, the easier your mix gonna be, and your quality is gonna be better. I don't care how hard you mix that with a cheap mic, it still will not sound the same if you did it with a top quality microphone. This is it's just a different sound, man. It's not just the capsule, it's everything else inside too. You know. You can't put a Bentley spark plugs in a Hyundai. So
What about yourself, man? What about yourself, Pat? What you think about that right now?
Man, you already know, man. Analog for life, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play with the cheap toys, pause, and then I'm gonna play with the big dogs too. Pause part two. You know what I'm saying? There's a time and place for everything, but I always say, man, do it right. Do it right the first time, so you can save yourself the headache on the back end. And I'm one of those dudes. I can literally, Will, you my witness. We've been rocking for Will. We known each other over 30 something years, bro. Think about that, because we're up there. We're close to being elder statements, but we was on those forums in high school talking to each other.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like I said, you're my witness because I was future proofing myself for all this. For all this, bro. I was buying up everything, cameras, capture cards, all that. And then that
I thought
2019.
I saw you. I thought I saw you on The Simpsons before.
Yeah, the Simpsons predate everything. But no, but what I'm saying is, like, when 2019 hit, it was like, yo, okay, I bust my behind. Yo, I'm ready to play against the top dogs now. You know what I'm saying? The plugins was fun. Those CPU crap was fun. But I was like, yo, man, I'm ready to play. I'm ready to play at the high end level now. You get what I'm saying? So that's what started the investment of me getting all this stuff. So from all the previous knowledge of what these plugins brought to the game, you know, what these tools did, it was like, yo, now let me get the hardware and hear for myself. Are they one-to-one? What is it that's missing? What is it that we didn't know? Because oversampling just became a thing. Oversampling wasn't existing back then. Only specific tools. Again, I bring it back to Wave Arts with that tube saturator. That the very first V1 version killed CPUs, bro. Destroyed CPUs. But it was doing this thing. It was oversampling behind closed doors. People didn't know that. IK Multimedia, the tapes. Bro, those things was murdering CPUs when they first dropped. But now CPUs became stronger with multi-threading and timing and performance cores, efficiency cores and all that. So now it's a little bit easier to handle. So back on the tools that we're using, yeah, all tools are going to work, but it's all about that capture. If you want to get that vintage sound, okay, then get you all the vintage things and all the cruddy toys you want. You know, but if you got a great sonic palette to play with, then, you know, painting it with that paintbrush is going to be easier.
Okay. And yourself, Spike, how you feel?
My thing is this: if you could talk all the shit you want about microphones, but if you don't have the proper room to hear what your microphone is doing, you have no room talking about microphones.
And then talk shit about it. That's the crazy part.
You know, fix the room first, and then you'll be able to tell the difference between, you know, a good microphone and a great microphone. You can have a gazillion pixel camera. Well, if you're taking pictures of shit, you're just gonna have a high resolution picture of shit. It's still gonna be shit regardless.
Trust me, I still got the old Sony. I think it was a Sony Mavica that took the floppy drives, and that was like the top dog at the time. But you look at those pictures now. I mean, of course, the tech was what it was, but I'm like, ew.
No, hey, you're right though.
It is what it is, man. So fix your room first, and then you'll be in a position to really judge microphones by what they bring.
I
You
think
know.
I think that we as a community very should have a very structured intellectual conversation. Not based on feelings, but literally the empirical data that we as a community of engineers have
Mm-hmm.
gathered over the last 100 years. Because it's not like we haven't taken note, nor have we taken account.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to microphones, my stance is very simple: quality in, quality out. Here's the issue, and this is my professional opinion, not just I'm saying it because of how I feel. The issue is this: if you're an amateur, you have no voice here. Period. You don't. If you're a semi-pro, you have no voice here. Period. Why? Because the reality is you don't have the experience to make the judgment call that is needed. You don't know what good sounds like. You have a guesstimation. You have to be taught what good sounds like. Once you learn what good sounds like, you can then make better judgment calls. That's like when we give things to children. Number one, we recognize that they're children, no matter how skilled they might be. There are exceptions and outliers to all rules, but the reality is we don't do things with children, give things to children because they're children.
Mm-hmm.
So thus, as an adult, you make adult decisions. You're responsible to make those adult decisions unto and for yourself. So, how does that relate to audio? Simple. I can tell you to get all the cheapest mics in the world, but all of you have been told don't fix it in the mix. All of you have been told that. So acting like you haven't makes you stupid or foolish, and you're an adult. So we're talking to all you like adults. Number one. Number two, you don't got to break the bank for quality, but
Nope.
doing a little bit of investigating on the things that you will potentially spend your money and time using is just good discernment on your end. That just is life law. That's life law. That's like when someone said, "Hey, look both ways before you cross the street." Why? What do you mean why? Because cars are in the streets. And if you don't look both ways, you're finna get hit. And this is why you pay once. Or as my friend Echo likes to say, buy once, cry once. Okay? Straight like that. And no, you don't have to break the bank, but it doesn't cost people anything to go ask a professional, not a semi-professional, not a sometimes engineer, not some fraudio engineer that you might have seen just because they're popular in your area. Do the research, find a professional, ask them their opinion, not what they can do with something because they have the experience. You ask them their opinion on being able to achieve a professional sound from the jump. No, it don't cost an arm and a leg, but at the same time, it's not cheap neither, because somebody has to fix your mess ups if you don't know any better.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. Somebody has to fix those mess ups. Anyway, moving on, gentlemen. Another fun facet that popped up on our internet streets is a long time conversation, but not really brought to the forefront like it used to be when we were coming up. It popped up a little, but I would like to bring this up to conversation for the team at large. Has the ability to increase the likelihood of an analog sound in the digital domain. Has that gotten better, or is a piece of hardware still a welcome investment in the chain?
As far as recording,
Anything.
well, it well we the analog bandits. Of course, we're gonna say that it's a good thing to have. So but just this morning I was doing a test because I was testing my summing, going right back into my converters compared to the summing, going into another summing and going into a compressor, then back in. And yeah, the longer chain won, like big time, like.
Hmm.
So yeah, definitely an advantage. I'm not a fan of like for recording. I'm not a fan of the mic into the interface thing. Like
I mean, it sounds good, but it's it's missing that
it's missing something definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
I made that switch, and I always said, man, it sounds good, but it doesn't sound the same.
It
Yeah,
sounds good, but it's missing the. I think it's missing the 3D. Is
yeah.
it? There's a 3D-ness that you're missing. Like it's very you need. It's like
Mhm.
it's like looking at a picture versus looking at something in real life.
So
True.
basically, when folks record like that, they send me this shit to mix, and I retrack it through the analog back into the session, and there's already a difference in it. I
Yeah.
retrack all the vocals, commit it all back in, and it's solid. Then I can start my mix.
Well, that's my main thing with I call them the fruity beats.
Yeah,
Not the FL Studio joints.
Oh yeah,
Hey, yo,
yeah, yeah,
shout out
yeah.
to Tori in the chat, man. What up,
Yes.
Tori?
Yeah, shout out Tori.
Tori and Killah actually are holding down a lot in the chat right now. Just to let everybody know.
Yeah.
yeah.
So and
I
yeah,
tell a lot of folks, I say, man, if you can track through, get you a good analog chain and track through, you can do the rest in the box and come out with some solid stuff. You know,
but
like I
give
tell
it.
them, a lot of the favorite engineers, yeah, they'll mix in the box, but it was tracked good. Also, most of them send it to a mastering engineer, might have $100,000 disc. So
Yeah.
what
That
you're missing is coming back,
that realism has to come
and
from somewhere.
it's stem mastering, not just an actual 2-track file. They'll have the vocals, what I'm saying, drum mix, instrumental mix, effects, and they'll send that through, through a console, and it'll get that saturation it need.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I got all these revivals. But when
Yeah,
they,
and full summon mixes.
because these artists, because when I receive sessions, they give me the beats. You could tell that like it's all FL or Ableton stuff.
Man,
That
look,
that that, that never.
I have a producer that produces on the MPC, and man, when he sends me those track outs, man, that shit is so powerful compared
Yeah,
to the other guys I get the fruity beats from. Is no, I have to do some work to them.
yeah. And like I was saying, yeah, and I said the same thing last week too. Like that's why I got a whole bunch of samplers too, because I take those fruity beats and depending on the sound, I'll put some in the ASR, I'll put some in the SP 1200, some in the MPC, some in the EPS, and then have them run those sound through the revivals and
Yeah,
the knees, and bring them shits back. Yeah, bring them shits back to life before I start mixing them.
yeah.
Agreed.
'Cause,
What do you think,
man,
Pat?
like I'll gain stage like the fruity stuff. I'll take it down maybe 10 dBs. His shit, I gotta go down to like 15, 16. It's just so much fidelity to it.
Yeah.
No, I was saying, what do you think, Pat?
Can you restate the question? I was stuffed in my face.
Pause.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Oh man.
uh,
What was the
repeat the
question?
question.
So, all right, I will generalize the question. Working in the box, do you think that they are getting there to that place, to that
Yeah,
point where
yeah.
hardware in and of itself might not be needed?
Never. I don't think hardware will ever go anywhere because there's way too much going on. There's too much math that needs to be computed, and processors still aren't there yet. There's too much math. Like you can't model reality. That's it.
Yeah. Well,
You can't
first,
model reality.
the sample rate's gonna have to go way up.
On top of that, yep.
You know, like 192 is great, but yeah, you're
That's
gonna have to
700,
do a
baby. That's 700, baby.
seven
Yeah,
seven sixty eight.
even DSD, it's still you can't model reality. I mean, you can look at the game. You can look at the industry of VR right now. They're getting good with the tech, the algorithms. You know what I'm saying? But bro, it doesn't look like a 1-to-1. You feel me?
True.
Until it does a 1-to-1, and you can see every nuance and I mean the 4D, 6D, 100K is still gonna be you're still gonna need the analog, because I say the analog is the reference point. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the tools in the box are getting better, but it's still a facsimile.
True. Yeah, we have to get our realism from somewhere. So yes, you're right. All right, gentlemen. So we are reaching our time. We are reaching our time. So, but as always, all right, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna have our world famous shout out to Dave Pensado Batters Box. Y'all ready for this week's Batters Box?
Oh, we got a back. Oh, so that's gonna be every week.
Yeah, man. Why not?
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Before we get into the batter's box, there's some questions. There's some questions that was asked that were really, really good.
Let's do it.
And I
Let's
think
shoot it.
we should start scrolling up and answer those questions for those who have the questions.
What,
Yeah,
What can,
If
what,
that's okay with you boys.
yeah.
yeah.
gentlemen.
You want to start with Tori's question?
Yeah.
Let's do some one shots. Not a lot of long explanation answers real quick that we
All
can
right.
also talk about behind the scenes if y'all want to. So what was Tori's question?
Do you think the new SoCs will fall behind when more GPU plugins drop?
Now, please, for those that don't know, what is an SoC?
System on a chip.
Like, come on. Explain. You gotta explain it.
I could do this one.
Basically like UAD and stuff like that.
No.
FPGA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, UAD,
That's why I said
FPGA.
you gotta explain it, because as professionals, and this is the thing, as what we're bringing to the masses of the community that doesn't exist.
You know what I'm gonna say? I want to say yes, but that's gonna be very tough to say yes because you would have to scale GPUs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And unless you're using like Xeon processors or Threadripper processors, you're not going to be able to take full advantage of the X16 slots, because in regular CPUs, those break down the more you add things to them. So if you add 2 GPUs right now to the X16 and another X16, is gonna by fear they're gonna split to X8, so you're not getting the full bandwidth of those cards.
Unless the CPU can take it.
It's not about the CPU; it's the architecture of the whole system. You know this, IT man.
Yeah,
Oh,
basically. It's the
I
splitting-
was
it's the
talking
splitting
about
of
the I was talking about the lanes.
Yeah, but you know, on a regular consumer lane, it's like 20 something, 30 something. So you remember, you got to share NVMe. Everybody's using NVMe's like crazy, and those require a lot of lanes and bandwidth on its own. Then what about you got an extra hard drive? Then you got the GPU, and the GPU is what, 16 out of 30 or 20 something. You only left with a small amount. So for those who know, sometimes when you go and plug like 4 hard drives in, one of them disconnects off the port.
Yeah.
Or it slows it down tremendously, and you're like, yo, what the hell is going on?
Yep.
So sorry, Pat. I exclusively deal with Threadrippers, and
All right, Bruce Wayne.
So
The official
And-
thread ripper.
in light of all the current information, we are going to reserve this question, and I think this is a really good topic that we should bring up, especially with more information. I would love to start having companies that are actually actively involved in these things and the evolution of it, because
Mm-hmm.
this is a deep conversation that 100% is directed at the entirety of the community and its future. Like
No doubt.
this is not one of those we should just kind of scurry through it. We should really
Mm-hmm.
talk about this,
There was
because
another
as it
question
stands,
that
we
was in the
should.
chat too.
Anybody seen, heard, or know? Let's see. How far back was the question? That's the better question.
Right under Tori's question.
Gotta find it. Gotta find it.
Let me look.
Yep. See. Now I remember he said. Let's see. I remember one guy said the Oracle just needs dynamics. What you mean they gave us dog controllers, the expensive ones, just not expensive gear. Yep. Good Lord. Well, look. We're gonna have to answer these questions in abundance. But
Bro,
look,
let's just flow right now since everybody's in agreement. I really want to answer them questions because those questions means a lot. That I love engaging with people that have those questions. So,
no, we gotta find them. See, that's the problem. We gotta find those
hey
questions.
guys, if you're in the chat, ask those questions now because you got like a good 15 minutes.
You have 3 minutes. I don't know what this man's talking about. It is 11.
You got a good 15 minutes. No, because we all got stuff to do, but I'm willing to give 15 minutes of my time.
I hear you. All right. Chat, if you got questions for some professional audio engineers that you are currently seeing on your timeline or seeing on your FYP page, or if you're just scrolling by and you ain't got nothing better to do and talk about, but you love audio, drop a question.
Apple Silicon will change if so. Yeah, Apple Silicon is going to change, but this is what happened with Apple Silicon. They're going to have to make their systems much larger because there's only so much in that frame they could fit at once.
Yeah.
And then cooling is going to become a benefactor. Yeah. But then that's going to get expensive too.
Yeah, physical size will literally become the thing. But the thing about Apple is doing very much what I would like to. I'll make them akin to what SoftTube is doing. They have a lot of different units right now, and all these different units. If you were to pull a transformer and combine them all, then you would have yourself a console. But as they have stated, you have to get these out the way first because you got to make sure that these are actually up and running perfected first, because that time is coming. And the cool thing with Apple's newer setup right now is they love sticking them like chipsets together.
And this is why I think the Mac Pro is not dead, because eventually it's going to come to a point, that Mac Studio can only hold so much.
Well, yeah, the form factor. So
exactly.
So here, there is one option. Well, no, I'm sorry. There's two options from a visual perspective. The Mac Studio has to go up vertically, or you expand like this, and that's where the space kicks in, because then you start having your Mac towers again, because inside of the Mac tower is Mac Tech.
Yeah,
but yeah,
But my suggestion for Mac would be to come up with an actual empty tower with PCI slots in there that you could slide a Mac Studio into.
I thought they did something like that a while ago. It's just they didn't talk about it as much. But
no, that's a third-party adapter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's it's called Sonnet.
Yeah. I mean, great idea. Apple 100% should have thought of it first, and you would think having that space and architecture already set up, you would think. Okay, so just so we can go off on a small audio tangent real quick. You would think that companies that control the market and the market space for their niche would expand on it, so that way they are still and forever will be the controlling aspect of the market. Even when third-party peripherals pop up, you would think they would just come up with their own. Why? Because they control the market. You would think that on most, if not all, companies would want to do that. You would think that. Again, if I'm Apple, right? Just an example. If I'm Apple, and all these different third-party companies are making peripherals to work with my things, again, you have to a degree, make tech to work with my tech, but it's mine. So all I have to do is just make my own tech to work with my own tech in the same vein of what you've already made and designed.
I already got the answer, bro. NVIDIA is going to slap Apple pretty soon, bro. And the reason why I'm saying that is because NVIDIA is now in the CPU processor game, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have the DGX Spark, which is the tiny, tiny version, a little small box that look like a Mac Mini that sits on your desk that's doing crazy AI. Now they just dropped the DGX Station, which already existed, but they got the newer one. And that is a tower, bro. And with that tower, you can go absolutely butt naked crazy. And still, not only does it have a built, listen, it has the GPU already soldered. And then you got PCIe slots to stick another 4 or 5 more GPUs inside of that. So imagine if you have that all that tech running your studio, chilling in a rack in another room being cooled down because that thing generate heat, and that's going to be over 4,000 or 5,000 watts. So you know you're going to have to figure out the power. But bro, you would never run out of power during your mixes.
So here, my friend, is where the downfall of that comes in.
Mm-hmm.
The unfortunate downfall is, my good brother in analog Christ, we are no longer the mass appeal to be appealed to.
Of course.
So that only exists on someone's desk right now as a concept. It only
Wait, but what part is the concept though?
Oh, the whole thing. So here's something that I've learned, right? During my time as AES president, you know what I learned? Audio companies are like automotive companies. There are concept cars.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
all over the place in companies' buildings, and the rest of the world, you might hear about it, but you'll never see it. And these are working concepts. The problem is the market. When we say the market, look. So again, I'm going to treat everyone that's listening like the adults that they are. When we say market, they are talking to the lower end of the market that takes up the space, which is the amateur market. So the amateur is taking up that space. That is the market. They are never, ever, 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 ever going to give you the higher, more efficient, more effective, and better sounding thing and product because you cannot afford it. Period. Full stop. Pause. That's it. No, that's it. Because because it does not favor a company to give you their best when they are already selling out their best to a higher bidder. And they all do it. They all do it. For everyone that says, "Man, I can't wait for it to do this and this and this," it's like as an example, it's like the Suno crowd. There's a version of Suno after they signed that deal that like all of the major big three will get, that the general public, the amateurs and semi-pros will never see. You will never see it. You'll never see it. You'll never get it. Why?
By the way,
because that deal is in place.
By the way, I got numbers here for Mac.
Let's not hit him over the head too bad, but I got you.
No, I got a pie here that I found, and it says here, for example, MacBook Pros are 51% of Mac sales. The MacBook Air is 39% of the sale. The Mac Pro is 3% of Mac sales.
Dang, that's crazy. And you know what that means? That means if you ask, I'm pretty sure if you ask chat the next question, where does the audio community fall in line with all of those?
Well, we're not talking about the year 2000 to 2020, whenever they stop.
Well, no. But here's the funny thing, and I'm a Windows guy. I'll admit that. But again, I'm not ignorant to what's going on in the market. So what have I seen? The same thing all of you have seen if you are a Mac user. Most Mac users, and this is most, there's only two kinds of Mac users. You're either trying to buy the brand new thing for cheap or something old for cheap. That's it. That's how most Mac users are. They're going to buy an old unit, an old Mac computer that's somewhere within a 5-year radius and in their price range. If not, they're going to buy the newest thing that's cheaper in their price range. You see what I mean? Because again, let us not act like Apple does not recognize the used market. We clearly see that they do. They have their hand in the used market for Macs. So they recognize the used market. Again, how that market moves by the company that owns those things it can and will be directed by the company. Why? Because they have monetary influence on the market. It's like when a company says, "Hey, let's clear out all the old Macs from 2015." A $1 trillion company buying up all the old Macs online. That's a thing. And we can't pretend it's not a thing. Why? Because once I clear out all of the bottom end of that you can buy, you're forced. You see what I'm saying? It's how you force the market to move forward.
Okay, so let me spit my 1-2 real quick. All right, there was a time when the G4s, the G5, aka the cheese graters, were everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the new joints dropped. But
The
dog,
the
that
Intel,
cost huh, Lavin?
the Intels.
Yeah. And then
Mm-hmm.
then what happened is they came out with the new joint, but by the time they came out with the new joint, yo, the prices was crazy.
True.
Okay, those prices was crazy. Do I understand? Yeah, I understand, but we know how Apple goes. Yo, you gonna get alien strength steel. You're gonna get Johnny Ives, who's gonna make the most prettiest case on planet Uranus, and all that. Uranus,
Pause.
whatever you say that. You know what I'm
Pause.
saying? So with all that being said, I'm like, yo, that is bananas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now look at the price of those Mac Pros now. And then Apple has a tendency of, after a certain amount of time with their OSs, they stick you to that OS. You can't upgrade anymore. And that's one of the main reasons I never went back to buying another a Mac to do what I need to do, because I don't want to be locked out with an operating system.
But like Tori said in the comments, though, it's as they have grown, Apple is starting to recognize their power and influence in the community as a whole now. So like them having their upgrade program, it's not just, hey, send in your piece, we're going to upgrade the piece. It's, here's how much it costs to upgrade to the next part for the next platform for the next unit that you're going to buy. And then they have, remember, Apple just also initiated their own payment program now.
Yeah,
Their own
through
Klarna.
Klarna,
Yeah.
and they got a card.
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
We're
they're building
seeing,
their whole ecosystem.
that's right, the consolidation of power taken from the everyday person, because now that they recognize their market
Eminent
value.
domain, bro. Just say it. Eminent domain. That's what
Oh,
it is.
I mean, not for companies, but you know.
Brother, Apple is eminent domain. I'm an ex-employee. I peeped game. I knew what was going
Yeah.
on. My issue with Apple is, now, if they're going to do that, how are they scrapping some of those old parts now that everything's soldered onto the board? I keep saying this, and I'm going to continue saying it. Guys, if you have a passport, go to these foreign countries where they have e-waste. I can guarantee you, you are going to cry.
Yeah, but that's because again, they pay for it. That's where it gets dumped off at.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, yeah, like companies got to really think. I know, like, the name of the game is to make money. I'm all for capitalism, but that's good capitalism.
Socialism.
But yo, that right there, man, I'm like, bro, this computer is only okay. Boom. Why is Linux? Why is Linux now becoming the big dog that everybody's talking about? And Linux has been existing long time, right? But now people is like, yo, I got an old computer just sitting there. I can install Linux on this. Bro, you mean I could do XYZ with this? Oh, I can create a DSP farm with all these old computers with audio gritter and use those to run my live
But
syncs.
hold on.
Go ahead.
You're not speaking to the masses. You're speaking to pros and semi-pros. You're not speaking.
You're right. You're
And
right.
and this is okay. And now I know y'all don't know this. So me and Pat have had this conversation ad nauseum. We've actually had this as a debate. This is where our community starts to break down, unfortunately, and it's because of the lack of conversations that we have with people of intellectual and actual conversation, intellect, and knowledge. Pat, you have the knowledge. Our community can use that knowledge. Why? Because the growth would be exponential for those that want to use that knowledge. It's the knowledge that you are speaking right now is like 5-10 years ago when we all got together and Spike was like, yo, I need to have this all hooked up to these Ethernet ports in my studio. Like now, period. And everyone was like, why? You just use USB. You can use a Thunderbolt cable. We can do all this. He's like, yeah, nah, I'm not doing all that. Right, Spike?
Yep.
And it's funny because again, 10 years ago, well, I'll say 6 years ago, like, but 10 years ago when I found out, but 6 years ago, it's like, well, damn, what's Spike talking about? And then I go and do live work, and it ain't nothing but Ethernet cables everywhere, everywhere, stupid distances.
Yeah, what it was, Ravenna, AVB.
Oh
Now
yeah, yo,
Dante is the
yeah,
king. Yeah.
Dante everywhere. Dante systems
hmm
everywhere. Buildings that are older than us with Dante systems running throughout it like veins.
It,
It
it's
is
like
incredible.
it's like my system when I'm showing people how I track myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, bro, I did this video previously, but unfortunately, I didn't have the following. And y'all boys know I would delete my account, start over, go viral, delete the whole process. But now that I've
Mm-hmm.
grown a following and I show it, you got those people that comes under my account and say the most smartest things, thinking they're right. And I'm like, no, bro, no. Do you want the truth? Just hush your mouth. Let me explain it to you. Because what I don't know, I'm not afraid of saying I don't know. So when I set up that Cranborn system, I remember when they first dropped that cat system. First they had CAS on
Mm-hmm.
that 8500 ADAT, right?
True. Yep.
Then I said, yo, man, y'all need to come out with a little rig that connects both and two and two. Boom. Alas, it came out. So I said, yo, I'm gonna be the first cat to buy this. I'm gonna hook this thing up, and I'm gonna show how my equipment is in one room and my microphone and everything else is in another room. And I'm running a long cat, whatever cable I'm running. It could be cat 5, it could be
Mm-hmm.
cat 6, it could be cat 7. The reason why I didn't say cat on that cable, because I don't want to confuse the masses and be like, oh, do I need a cat 8? Do I need a cat 5? Do I need a cat 6? I said, no, Ethernet, right? So the guy comes under me, my post and say cat 5. I say, no, dingling. I got a cat 7 because the shielding is better to block out all the noise.
Yeah.
So has internet is getting faster, home consumers. Soon, I mean, they're already pushing 2.5 gigs. Some people already have 10 gigs, but ask them what internet cable is that running. That's not a cat 5. That's higher because of more strands that they're using and the shielding that they're wrapping around the cable. So yes, back to the Ethernet thing. I remember when Spike was talking about it, because even I was using Dante Via. Was it Dante Via? Spike?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to use Dante Via to hook up my Apollos, run Dante Via as a front end from the Apollos into another computer, but then Audio Gritter came to save the day. So I was like, man, I don't need all that. But yeah, Dante is where is that?
Mm-hmm.
But
Well.
I do want to say one thing. I don't want to. I do want to change kind of that narrative a little bit because we're just the ones in the know. All of us in this group, but I'm going to speak for myself, fam. I read, I read, I read. When I say I read so much it drives my love life crazy. I read, bro. I'd rather read than sit and watch a movie or watch a cartoon. Because I rhyme, yes, I watch movies so I can get some information or whatever. But I read so much and absorb so much because not only do I want to be on the forefront, but it's something I want. I'm always asking myself, yo, how can I get from point A to point B? What are the tools that are in the middle? Who's coming out with certain things? You know
True.
what I'm saying? Especially like I can speak for instance, Willie Mix when he came out with the patch bait thing for Pro Tools. I've been screaming at Avid for longest, yo, give us hardware P for Pro Tools. You lost all these people who's like, yo, I'm going to Reaper. Or I'm going to this dog, I'm going to that dog because I want to use my tools. So Willie come out with the joint, he did a little video, whatever, and I say, Willie, yo, I'm going to do me this favor. I'm going to put my integrity on the line. I'm going to spread the word about your tool, and I need you to come be. Oh my God! Pause. The plugin don't even sound better neither. But you gonna drop? I'm like, yo, I will help you with the marketing of this plugin because I'm excited because somebody is taking a step forward.
Agreed.
Somebody
Highly
actually
agreed.
came up with the solution to a problem
Yep.
that a company could have fixed already. And they're acting like we're going to cannibalize their sales. No, Avid.
As a side note, what he's
Go
talking
ahead.
about is a 20-year-old problem. Just to put this in perspective.
20 years.
No, listen to me. Yeah, because me and Pat were Pro Tools users around the same time together.
Yeah.
Because we remember everyone was told this is the industry standard. I want everyone to realize this. All right, even though I'm not a Pro Tools user like I used to be anymore, I still listen to my Pro Tools brothers and sisters and their complaints. Because why? Because as Pro Tools users, Pro Tools, Avid, DigiDesign made an entire website for us to make requests. And at the top of that request website, Ping has been in the top 5, top 10 for 20 years.
Yep.
20 years.
Yep.
All right. Well, I want you to realize this. For those that don't know, we got the ability to freeze and commit tracks before the ability to have a reliable ping. And hardware existed beforehand. I want y'all to realize that. Not bounce, all right, recording onto another track or just bounce it in inline bounce, none of that. No, we got freezing, track freezing before we got the ability to use hardware in the system collectively on a ping setup.
And I was there when they dropped it. I was right there.
Crazy.
I was right there. I got to see it before everybody else got to see it.
It's so crazy. And again, the entire Avid forum, again, you can go back in time. Books have been written about this. That's the funny thing. People have written whole books in the audio community about these things. But look, we're gonna save that. We're gonna make a special podcast for that.
Word up. Word up. I'm down.
You know what? That might be where we have our first special Avid guest that we can go and pull a Avid on trial kind of thing.
Yo, I also want to say, this Analog for Life on the TikTok, guys, please follow that account, not the AO Pat. Follow the Analog for Life one because I can't go on live until I get so many followers. Mm-hmm. So if you're watching this, please follow that account so I can be able to get on live and y'all can see my sexy face.
Oh Lord. Well, look, everybody, you know what? This was a dope live. I like this. I hope everyone enjoyed the TikTok format. We have now gone onto 3 different social media platforms for our live. And you know what? Everyone shows us love on every single one of them. So I'm definitely happy.
Word up. We appreciate y'all. Next time we go live, y'all better have y'all questions on deck so we can answer your questions for you, man.
Yeah, and I want to see my face on there too.
just put your converter.
We gotta get those numbers back up, y'all. We gonna get the numbers up. All right, y'all.
I have to decide which converter I gotta put on there.
All of them.
Well,
there you go.
Everybody, say your name. Sign off. Titan, you first.
Titan Sound Lab.
I am your one and only Analog for Life on all social platforms.
And I'm the one and only Spike Williamz, aka Vladdy Pizzle.
Oh Lord. And of course, y'all know me. My name is William Bowser, your favorite audio engineer on here on TikTok. So look,
before we leave, we want to give shout out to Killah holding it down, IDDC Studios, and also for Tori for being there helping us, what's going on in the chat room. We got to show the moderators love, mad love.
And I got Jay as well down there helping out. We do appreciate y'all. They are the extended staff and team and friends, brothers down there holding it down for y'all and the rest of us in the audio community. So, hey, look, this has been the Dope Live, gentlemen. This has been a Dope Live.
Yes, sir.
We cannot wait for you guys to see this in its entirety. Again, comment, like, subscribe, join everybody, follow everybody. Hit all the little fun heart buttons and all the cool emojis and all the fun stuff. We do answer everybody's questions. We're a whole group. We're a whole team. And trust me, we have these conversations whether we're on camera or off camera.
Oh, yeah. Tell them about the chat. We do have a chat.
Oh, yeah. We got a nice little chat. We're gonna make a public chat.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope. We're gonna make a public chat.
It is a public already. Are we talking about the
No. We do not have a public chat right now. We have a private chat right now. On this platform, and on other platforms, we have a private chat. But we can make a public chat in which
the WhatsApp
share it.
The WhatsApp chat.
Yeah, we can do that too, yeah.
Yeah, the WhatsApp chat. I trust that more than all these stuff because them things drain my battery on my cell phone. I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for that.
And with that being said, everybody, enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Peace, love, and keep it analog.